What's up, universe? When you see this road, it's about to go down. I'm here with another relationship topic. You guys saw the title, and I mean that. The millennials are gonna save the world. Now, the last time I did a generational video, it is my biggest video at this point. I encourage you guys to go check it out if you haven't already. Talking about Generation X is the worst generation of all time. Now, Generation X definitely disagreed with me, but then they straight up proved me right. If you guys go check out the comment section, if you got a couple days, because they wrote books. When I say books, I mean literally books inside the comment section. So if you got a couple days, go check that video out. Go check out the comment section. It's crazy. But I'm sorry, Generation X, I gotta bust your bubble here again. You guys will one day have a millennial president. Woo! One day. I know you guys hate the sound of that, but it's the reality. Face it. If you stay alive, you will have a millennial president one day. But it might be better than what you think. Just hear me out. The reason I believe millennials will save the world, not just America, but the world, is for one simple word: diversity. Millennials are the most diverse generation of all time. Now, if you're not sure if you fall in the category of a millennial, there's so many different parameters that people follow, but primarily, if you look it up, don't take my word for it, look it up. It's anyone born within the year of 1981 and 2004. It's pretty much the range that you see. So currently it's about 75 million millennials just in the US. That's about 25% of the US population. That's 30% of the voting age and about 2/5 of the working age individuals. Now, 44% of millennials in the US are considered minorities. 44%. And that's the highest that has ever been in any generation. And the solution to the problem is this, guys. Millennials have a great opportunity when it comes to socially, economically, and politically. We have the opportunity to break ground. To break ground that no other generation could even tap into. Because of diversity, we're able to break down so many walls, break down so many stupid and crazy barriers that were holding so many generations back. And quite frankly, it's what's holding our country back right now. The reason I believe diversity will be the key to it all, guys, because that's the only problem we have in politics. And politics is what rules everything, unfortunately. The problem we have in politics is that no one accepts anyone else. No one else is able to accept someone else's opinion that differs from theirs. It's like we have totally taken away the option of a gray area. It's seriously only black and white. And that's literally speaking, black or white. There's no meat in the middle. There's not even agree to disagree. We just disagree. But the millennials, which I have to admit are made most of liberals, me being a non-political guy, I would have to say I lean more towards the conservative side. But even I am willing to accept people's beliefs for what they are. Believe what you want to believe. Be who you want to be. Just don't try to stop me from being who I want to be. And that's why I believe the majority of millennials stand. And that's why I believe that we will save the world. And as so many of the Generation X people said in my previous generational video that I still encourage you to go watch, they said that it's going to take the baby boomers to really get off this planet before we really make some true progress. And I kind of agree. Not just die off, but really get out of position of power. Once the baby boomers are out of position, they're too old to really function and really handle things politically, racially, economically, then I really think we will see some true progress. Because the racial tone of this country and the racial tone of our world is horrible. It's extremely horrible. And we rested on the remnants of the past. There's so many horrific things that this country alone has done that has torn people to shreds for generations. And it's so hard to get out of that. But because I think Generation X was so horrible, I believe millennials have bucked the system. Millennial has bucked the system of what their parents taught them and have created their own trends, have created their own way of life, their own way of thinking. That's truly why I believe the diversity that the millennials have created through a positive approach will allow us to go into any room and relate to anyone. I think the days of calling somebody a white boy, calling somebody a nigger, calling somebody a chink, a redskin, I think those days are over. I think those days will pass once we get certain people out of position. Racism is not a thing you're born with. It's a learned thing. It's something that you learn over time. Racism to me is more about what you do and what you say than the power you have. Because me as a black man in America, I can't seriously say that I've experienced anything that stopped me from being who I wanted to be. I've had black people stop me more than any white person has ever stopped me. I won't say it's a power that's more racism in 2018. It's the actions that we're taking and the dreadful and the harmful words that we're saying to each other. So I want to encourage everyone to stop saying that racism is only a system. Because right now in 2018, it's not just a system. We got to stop saying things. We got to stop saying hurtful and harmful things. There's so many black people out there that feel like because we were slaves, the reparations we receive is carte blanche to say anything we want to say, to call anyone any hurtful name that we want to call them without any ramifications. But this is where the millennials come in. Generation X, you can actually let out a sigh of relief because I'm not saying millennials specifically will be the one that changed the world. I'm saying that millennials will birth the ones that change the world. It will be Generation Z that will have all this toxic behavior out of them. I predict there will be no more remnants of racism, of extreme racism on high levels from the things that we say and do to each other once Generation Z come along. There will be acceptance of gay people. There will be acceptance of all cultures. There will be acceptance of all races. There will be acceptance of all economic statuses when Generation Z become adults. Why? Because millennials will raise them properly, to love everyone, to be genuine, to be open, to be together. And I know so many people out there saying, oh, it's a load of crap, that's not going to ever happen. Why do I believe this? Because every generation have got progressively better. And honestly, the percentages keep going down. Yes, there's definitely still racism amongst millennials right now. But it's not the same racism. It's not necessarily the system that's holding millennials back right now. It's the things we are saying to each other, things that we're doing to each other. And I believe this country, America, has continued to evolve when it comes to race relations, decade after decade. For those Generation X that believe that millennials cannot handle the economic responsibility that it takes to run a country, or that we can't produce economic growth. Well, let me write off a couple names and who these people are. Mark Sundberg from Facebook. Michelle Phan from YouTube. John Zimmer from Lyft. Andrew Mason from Groupon. These are all millennials that created amazing wealth for themselves by doing something they love, but by being innovative, being great entrepreneurs. And that's what millennials are all about. Yeah, there's a lot of us, and a whole lot of us, honestly, that take risks on things that we shouldn't and don't have a foundation and something that we can fall back on. But we do see a sense of determination in every millennial that wants something more than what they had before. That's not going to settle for just a job. I remember I used to be so impressed when I get on a job and hear somebody say, I've been in my job for 30 years. I'm like, wow, man, that's incredible. Got this pension set up. Got this 401k set up. Now I'm about to retire about another 30 more years. I used to be so impressed by that. But now I hear that and be like, man, what a miserable existence. To never have anything for your own, but to work under somebody else your entire life. I refuse to do that. As now a 30-year-old myself, I realize I got so much life to live. I got so much opportunity ahead of me And I'm excited for the future. A future of millennials saving the world. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you don't know already, my name is Mel.on.mars, and Mars stands for music, athletics, relationship, and spirituality. Every Sunday I do a spirituality video. Every Tuesday I release an athletics video. Every Wednesday I release a relationship video. And every Thursday I release a music topic video. Guys, you don't want to miss this. This thing is growing more and more every single day. And I don't want you to miss anything. I want you to become one of my subscribers. For my subscribers, I affectionately call them the universe. Why the universe? Well, the word universe is defined as all existing matter and space considered as one whole. And that's what I want. I want all my subscribers, whether you share my opinions, you share my beliefs, or you disagree with them, I want you to be a part of this so we can have this open dialogue and hopefully we all can become better. Whether you educating me, I'm educating you. Let's do this thing together and let's have a good time. On this journey with me, guys, you will have some laughter, you may shed some tears, you're going to be educated, but all in all, you will be definitely entertained. There's a couple things I need you to do before you exit out this video. First, in a couple seconds, you're going to see my chubby face pop up right here. Once you see that, click it. And when you click it, it's going to allow you to subscribe to my channel. Secondly, right next to that, you're going to see an option with a bell. That bell would allow you to have notifications come up every time I have a video so I can get your instant reaction. And lastly, you're going to also see a video that's perfectly for you come up in this corner. Click that video. If you haven't seen it already, check it out. Let me hear what you guys say about it. Guys, this thing is growing and growing every single day, and I only can grow even more based on your support. So I need you guys to like my videos, share it with your friends, comment, let me hear what you guys say about these topics. I know I talk a lot of crap, I know I talk about a lot of controversial topics, but don't be afraid to comment on it, don't be afraid to say your true opinion. I want to hear that. Again, this is the universe. I want you guys to be a part of it. I want all of our collective thoughts to come together and create something better and a change for this world. It's your boy Mel on Mars. I love you and let's grow. Peace.